Thank you guys so much for being here today. This is the first time I am sharing my story, so I did write down every single word. So, bloom where you're planted, this saying resonates with me very deeply because for the past few years, I have not been blooming. In fact, I was barely surviving. 3 years ago, my mom passed away from cancer. Instead of facing the grief, I ran away from it and I numbed it. Drinking, partying, traveling that I could do to just run away from the hole that was left in my heart. At a breaking point, I said, you know what, enough is enough. Let's try to rebuild something. Went back to school, I started bodybuilding. I took control of my life, or so I thought. Created such a rigid structure of what I wanted my life to look like. That was my identity. It wasn't really being intentional. That also included being in a relationship. I was building that future around that person because I thought that I was never going to be loved like that from anyone. A year and a half after I lost my mom, that relationship ended in the most devastating way possible. It derailed the future I had for myself. I had to pack up my entire life and start over. By that point, I was exhausted spiritually, mentally, physically. I started working 3 jobs, sleeping maybe 4 hours a night. My skin was breaking out in stress hives. I never have felt so insecure in my entire life. Looking through social media, looking at other people's lives, feeling so far behind, envious and ashamed of where I was. And I knew something had to change and I knew I couldn't keep living my life like that. So I started praying and I went back to church. And on one particular Sunday, I heard a message that changed everything. The pastor said, "How can God give you what you desire if you can't thrive where you're planted?" Which I know that sounds kind of backwards because you're like, girl, I mean, you're going through the trenches. Like, what do you mean? Like, of course. I realized I had spent years trying to skip past to the next chapter, waiting for a future moment to finally feel peace and joy. But that moment might never come if I couldn't learn to grow and thrive where I am now, no matter how messy or how painful that might be. I used to think life would feel better once I had it all figured out, but if I've learned anything, life isn't about perfect timing or happy endings, it's about chapters. Some are beautiful and some are heartbreaking, but each one of them is necessary and each one teaches us something. In the past year, I've faced some of the hardest moments in my life, but in the face of that, I've also started my own business. I've met people who have helped shape me into the woman I am proud to be. I've changed the trajectory of my life. If you're in a hard chapter right now, I want you to know you are not stuck, you are planted. It's where your strength is built. The challenge to all of us today is to stop rushing, to stop resenting, and to start rooting. You are not made to wither, you are made to bloom.